Welcome to Friendly Math 101. Today our lesson is on solving for y, or in other words, converting equations to slope-intercept form, which is y equals mx plus b. Let's take a look at our first example. Here we have an equation in standard form. To get this equation into slope-intercept form, we want the y by itself. So first we're going to use inverse operations to move our x term. We're going to subtract 3x, and whatever we do on one side of the equation, we have to do on the other side. So we're going to subtract 3x over here. It zeroes out on the left-hand side. We're left with negative 2y is equal to, and we can't combine these because they're not like terms, so we'll just write them next to each other. Negative 3x plus 12. To undo the multiplication here, we're going to divide. But when we divide, we have to divide everything in the equation. And so when we simplify, we get y is equal to negative over negative becomes positive 3 over 2x, and this simplifies to minus 6. And that's our equation in slope-intercept form. Let's take a look at another example. Here we have an equation written in point-slope form. What we're going to have to do first is distribute to undo the parentheses. Since this doesn't affect the left side of the equation, I'm just going to rewrite y plus 7, and then when we distribute, we get 1/3 x minus 1/3 times negative 6 is 2. And so here we have to undo the addition by subtracting 7, and whatever I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other side. It zeroes out on the left-hand side, and we're left with y is equal to 1/3 x minus 9, and that's how you solve for y with this equation. Here we have another example written in standard form. Again, the first step is to undo or to move our x term to the right-hand side, so I'm going to subtract 4x from both sides, zero it out here, we're left with 5y is equal to, again we can't combine those, so it's going to be negative 4x minus 10. And then to undo the coefficient, we're going to divide by 5, and we have to divide everything by 5. So this becomes y is equal to negative 4 over 5x, and this simplifies to minus 2. Let's take a look at one more example. Here we have another example written in point-slope form. So the first thing we're going to do is to distribute to undo the parentheses. So negative 3 times x is negative 3x, negative 3 times 4 is negative 12, and we'll just bring down the left-hand side. Now to get y by itself, we have to undo the minus 5 by adding 5. And our answer will be y is equal to negative 3x minus 7. There are a lot of reasons why you would need to solve for y in Algebra 1, and the most common reason is because you could tell a lot from an equation in slope-intercept form. You know that the slope would be negative 3 here, the y-intercept would be negative 7, and that would be the easiest way to graph an equation is from slope-intercept form. Well, that concludes our lesson today on solving for y or converting to slope-intercept form. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave your questions in the comments section below. And for more math tutorials, subscribe to our channel, Friendly Math 101.